Listen up. Most of you out there are living like cowards. You wake up every day and instead of fighting for your life, you're negotiating with your weakness. You're bargaining with comfort. You're shaking hands with fear. And that's why your life looks exactly the same as it did last year. You keep telling yourself you'll change tomorrow. You'll start the diet tomorrow. You'll hit the gym tomorrow. You'll chase that dream tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. And you know why? Because you've trained yourself to quit before the fight even begins. You say you want success, but the truth is, you don't want it bad enough. You want it when it's convenient. You want it when it feels good. But the second it gets hard, the second pain shows up at your door, you run. That's why I'm here to tell you, quit or stay weak. There's no middle ground in this life. Either you step into the pain or you stay in the shadow of who you could have been. You see, I know pain better than most. I grew up broken. I grew up beaten. I grew up with nothing but excuses surrounding me. And if I had listened to the world, if I had listened to the voice in my own head, I'd still be that scared little boy hiding from life. But I made a choice. I chose to face the pain. I chose to face the suffering. I chose to face myself. And that's the choice every single one of you has to make today. Are you going to quit or are you going to fight? Every day you wake up, the clock is ticking. Life doesn't care about your excuses. Life doesn't care if you're tired. Life doesn't care if your feelings are hurt. The world is moving forward with or without you. And if you keep waiting for the perfect time, you're going to wake up 10 years from now with nothing but regret. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Pain is the only path to freedom. But most of you run from it. You numb it with distractions. You scroll on your phone. You watch other people's lives on social media instead of fixing your own. You convince yourself you're researching, you're waiting, you're planning, but all you're really doing is hiding. And the truth? You can't hide from life. Life will find you. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror tonight, and I want you to ask one brutal question. Am I really giving everything I have, or am I just pretending? Because deep down, you already know the answer. You know when you quit on yourself. You know when you gave 40% and pretended it was 100%. You know when you lied to yourself about being tired, about being stressed, about being too busy. That's why most of you will stay weak, because lying is easier than changing. But if you want to be free, you've got to kill that lie. You've got to stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is trash. Motivation dies the second life hits you in the mouth. Motivation disappears the second the alarm clock rings and your bed feels warm. What you need is discipline. What you need is obsession. What you need is the savage part of your soul that refuses to quit even when every fiber of your body is screaming at you to stop. That's what separates the strong from the weak. The strong feel the same pain. They feel the same fear, but they don't let it control them. They don't let it dictate their life. They look pain in the face and they say, bring it on. You want to know why your life isn't changing? Because you keep choosing the easy path. You want the body, but you don't want the sweat. You want the dream, but you don't want the grind. You want the freedom, but you don't want the sacrifice. You can't have it both ways. Life doesn't give handouts. Life doesn't reward laziness. Life gives nothing to the weak. So I'll say it again, quit or stay weak. Stop waiting for someone to save you. Stop waiting for the perfect plan. Stop waiting for luck, for opportunity, for some miracle. Nobody's coming. Nobody cares. The only person who can save you is you. And the only way you're going to save yourself is through pain. You've got to stop running from it. You've got to embrace it. You've got to live inside of it until it no longer scares you. Because when you embrace the suffering, when you walk willingly into the fire, that's when you find out who the hell you really are. Most of you think you're strong, but you're not. You're soft, you're fragile, you're pretending. Strength isn't built in comfort. Strength isn't built in easy days. Strength is built in the moments you want to quit, but don't. Strength is built in the moments where your body breaks, but your spirit refuses to. That's what being hard is all about. You want to change your life? Then stop talking about it. Stop dreaming about it. Stop waiting for it. Go out there and earn it. Let me be real with you. Most of you think you're grinding. Most of you think you're giving your all. But the truth, you haven't even scratched the surface. You're stuck in the 40% rule. When your mind tells you you're done, when your body tells you to stop, you've only given 40%. That means you've still got 60% left inside you, but you'll never find it because you quit before you even try. You want to know how I found out who I was? By suffering. I remember running on broken legs, bleeding feet, a broken body. Doctors told me I was finished. Family told me to stop. The voice in my head told me to quit, but I kept moving step by step, mile by mile. And you know what I discovered? That pain doesn't own me. Fear doesn't own me. Weakness doesn't own me. I own me. And that's what most of you will never understand. You're waiting for the perfect conditions. You're waiting to feel good. You're waiting until you're ready. Guess what? You'll never feel ready. You'll never feel good. There's no perfect time. There's only right now. Let me break it down for you. Life is a war. Every single day, you are at war with yourself, with your mind, with your laziness, with your excuses, with your fear. But most of you don't fight. You surrender. You give up before the battle even starts. That's why your life never changes. That's why you wake up every morning feeling empty. That's why you go to bed every night knowing you wasted another day. You didn't lose because the world is against you. You lost because you never fought. Do you understand what it takes to become unstoppable? It takes obsession. It takes sacrifice. It takes doing the same hard thing over and over and over again until your mind breaks, and then doing it some more. It's waking up when you're tired. It's pushing through when your body hurts. It's staying in the fight when every part of you is begging to quit. That's what it means to be hard. I've been broken more times than I can count. I've failed more times than I've succeeded, but I never stayed down. Every time life knocked me out, I got back up. Bleeding, broken, crawling if I had to, but I got back up. That's what separates me from you. You fall once and you stay down. You fail once and you call it quits. You feel pain once and you run away. That's why you're weak. You've got to change that today. You've got to stop running from the voice in your head. That voice that tells you you're not good enough. That voice that tells you to quit. That voice that tells you you'll never make it. You can't kill that voice. You can't erase it. You can't escape it, but you can fight it. And the only way to fight it is with action, discipline, consistency, relentless effort every single day. No matter how you feel, no matter what excuses your mind tries to feed you, you show up, you fight. That's how you silence the voice, not with words, with action. Listen, I'm not here to motivate you. I don't care about your feelings. Motivation is a joke. I'm here to tell you the truth. If you don't change, your life will stay the same. If you don't suffer, you will stay weak. If you don't sacrifice, you will stay stuck. That's the reality. And if that truth makes you uncomfortable, good. That means it's hitting the part of you that's been lying to yourself for too long. You want to be free? Then you've got to be willing to suffer. There is no shortcut. There is no hack. There is no secret formula. It's pain. It's sweat. It's tears. It's blood. That's the cost of freedom. And if you're not willing to pay that price, then don't complain when your life stays exactly the same. Don't cry about it. Don't blame the world. Don't blame your parents, your boss, your circumstances. Look in the mirror. That's who's responsible. That's who's been holding you back. That's who needs to change. Every morning when I wake up, I remind myself, nobody owes me anything. The world doesn't care how I feel. The world doesn't care what I want. The world doesn't care about my excuses. The only thing the world responds to is results. So stop crying, stop whining, stop waiting, go earn it, because nobody's coming to save you. I want you to imagine this. 10 years from now, you look back at your life and you realize you wasted it. You realize you stayed weak. You realize you quit every time it got hard. How would that feel? That regret will eat you alive. That regret will destroy you. And the worst part, you can't go back. You can't fix it. Time is gone. But right now, today, you still have a choice. Quit or stay weak. Your future self is watching you. Your family is watching you. Your kids are watching you. Your enemies are watching you. Every time you quit, they win. Every time you quit, you prove them right. Every time you quit, you kill the person you were meant to become. So stop quitting. Stop negotiating with weakness. Stop surrendering your life. Fight back. Stay hard. You think you're tired. You think you've suffered. Let me tell you something. You don't even know what tired is. Tired is when you've been running for hours, your legs are bleeding, your lungs are burning, and your mind is screaming for you to quit, but you keep moving anyway. Tired is when the doctor tells you to stop, your friends tell you to rest, your body tells you it's over, and you still refuse to quit. That's tired. That's suffering. That's where greatness lives. Most of you quit way before you ever reach that point. You feel a little discomfort and you tap out. You feel a little pain and you run back to safety. That's why you'll never know who you really are, because who you are isn't found in comfort. Who you are is buried under suffering. It's buried under pain. It's buried under all the moments you didn't think you could survive, but did anyway. way. I used to be weak. I used to be broken. I used to be nothing. People laughed at me. They doubted me. They told me I'd never make it. And you know what? At the time, they were right. Because I was soft. I was lazy. I was a coward. But one day I decided enough was enough. One day I looked in the mirror and I hated what I saw. One day I realized the only way to change was to suffer. And from that day on, I chose pain. Every morning I went to war with myself. I ran when I didn't want to run. I trained when I didn't want to train. I studied when I didn't want to study. I suffered when every part of me wanted to quit. And slowly, day by day, brick by brick, I built a savage. Not because I was special, not because I was gifted, but because I refused to stay weak. And that's the choice you have to make. You don't need to be talented. You don't need to be born with some special gift. You don't need to have perfect conditions. What you need is the courage to suffer, the courage to show up every single day and do the hard things no matter how you feel, the courage to stop lying to yourself, the courage to stop quitting every time it gets hard. That's the courage that builds warriors. Look, life is not going to get easier. Stop waiting for that. Stop thinking one day it's all going to be smooth. It won't. Life is pain. Life is struggle. Life is suffering. And the faster you accept that, the faster you embrace that, the faster you stop crying about it, the stronger you become. Pain is never going away, but weakness can. You see, the truth is, most of you are addicted to comfort. Comfort food, comfortable jobs, comfortable routines, comfortable lies. But comfort is the enemy. Comfort is killing you slowly. Comfort is the reason you're not who you could be, because nothing grows in comfort. Comfort keeps you soft. Comfort keeps you weak. Comfort keeps you the same. And the longer you stay in it, the more it destroys you. You've got to make a choice. Do you want to be comfortable or do you want to be free? Because you can't have both. Freedom requires sacrifice. Freedom requires pain. Freedom requires blood, sweat, and tears. And if you're not willing to bleed for your freedom, you don't deserve it. I don't care how many times you've failed. I don't care how many times you've been knocked down. I don't care how many times you've quit. What matters is what you do right now. Are you going to stay down? Are you going to keep quitting? Or are you finally going to get up and fight for your life? That's the question, and nobody can answer it but you. I want you to imagine something. Imagine the person you could become if you stopped quitting. Imagine the life you could live if you gave 100% every single day. Imagine the strength, the power, the freedom you could build if you embraced the pain instead of running from it. That person is inside you right now. But you'll never meet them if you keep staying weak. You'll never meet them if you keep quitting. You'll die without ever knowing who you could have been, and that should terrify you. The graveyard is full of people who never reached their potential, full of people who died with their dreams still inside them, full of people who quit on themselves. Don't be one of them. Don't die weak. Don't die soft. Don't die full of regret. Die empty. Die strong. Die knowing you gave everything you had. You have to decide right now. Are you going to quit or are you going to fight? Nobody can make that decision for you. Not me, not your parents, not your friends, not your coach. It's you versus you. Always has been, always will be. And the only way you win is by refusing to quit. Stay hard. Let me tell you something real. The hardest battle you will ever fight in this life is not with other people. It's not with your boss. It's not with your family. It's not with your enemies. The hardest battle you'll ever fight is with yourself. Every single day you are at war with the weaker version of you. That version that wants to sleep in, that version that wants to skip the workout, that version that wants to take shortcuts, that version that wants comfort instead of greatness. And most of you, you let that weak version win. every single day. That's why your life looks the way it does. That's why you're stuck. That's why you're frustrated, because the weak version of you has been in charge for too long. But there's another version inside you, a savage, a warrior, a fighter, a version of you that doesn't quit, a version of you that doesn't negotiate, a version of you that doesn't bow down to fear, to pain, to weakness. And you'll never meet that version unless you're willing to suffer. I had to kill the weak version of myself, the version that was lazy, the version that was scared, the version that was soft, the version that lied to himself every single day. And the only way I killed him was through discipline. Discipline is the foundation of everything, not motivation, not inspiration, not some magical feeling. Discipline. The discipline to wake up early when you don't want to, the discipline to work when nobody's watching, the discipline to keep going when everything in your body is screaming to stop. Discipline is freedom. Discipline is strength. Discipline is the key that unlocks every door. But discipline is painful, and that's why most of you don't have it. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you feed the weak version of yourself. You make him stronger. And every time you choose discipline over comfort, you starve him, you weaken him, you kill him. That's the war every single day. And the question is, which version of you are you feeding? You think freedom comes from avoiding pain? Freedom comes from embracing it. When you wake up early, you suffer now, but you're free later. When you work out, you suffer now, but you're free later. When you study, when you grind, when you sacrifice, you suffer now, but you're free later. Weakness wants pleasure now and pain later. Discipline takes the pain now so you can have freedom later. That's the difference between the strong and the weak. When I was training for Hell Week, I learned something powerful. Your body will break, your mind will scream, your feelings will betray you, but your spirit, if you let it, will carry you further than you ever thought possible. That's why I don't care how tired you are. I don't care how much it hurts. I don't care how many times you've failed. If your spirit refuses to quit, you are unstoppable. But here's the truth. Most of you never even test your spirit. You quit before you ever reach that point. You give up at 40%. You've never truly been empty. You've never truly been broken. You think you're strong, but you've never even been tested. That's why you don't know who you are, because you only meet your true self in the fire. You want to find out who you are? Push yourself past the limit. Run until your legs give out. Work until your hands bleed. Study until your eyes burn. Go beyond the point of exhaustion, and then keep going. That's where you'll meet yourself. That's where you'll find out if you're a coward or a warrior. That's where you'll discover if you're weak or if you've got what it takes to stay hard. Every day is a test. Every decision is a test. Every excuse is a test. And most of you keep failing, but here's the good news. You can change right now, today. You don't have to keep failing. You don't have to keep quitting. You don't have to stay weak. But it's going to take discipline. It's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take pain. And the question is, do you want it bad enough? Don't tell me you want it. Show me. Don't tell me you're going to change. Show me. Don't tell me you're committed. Show me, because talk is cheap. Excuses are cheap. Comfort is cheap. The only currency life accepts is sweat, blood, and sacrifice. And if you're not willing to pay that, stop pretending you want greatness. There's a savage inside you, a warrior, a fighter, but you'll never meet him unless you're willing to kill the weak version of yourself. And the only way to kill him is through discipline. So stop waiting, stop talking, stop wishing, start suffering, start sacrificing, start fighting. Quit or stay weak. The choice is yours. Listen up. At some point in life, you've got to make a decision. Are you going to be remembered as the person who quit when things got hard, or as the person who refused to die weak? Because that's the reality. Every single one of us is dying every single day. Time is running out.
And most of you are wasting it. You waste it scrolling on your phone. You waste it talking about your dreams instead of chasing them. You waste it hiding in comfort, convincing yourself you'll start tomorrow. But let me tell you something. Tomorrow is not promised. There are people who went to sleep last night and never woke up. There are people who had big plans for next year but never made it.
So what the hell are you waiting for? Every second you waste is a second you never get back. That's why I live like my life is on fire. That's why I train like I'm being hunted. That's why I work like every day could be my last. Because one day, it will be. When death comes, it won't care about your excuses. It won't care about your comfort. It won't care about your fear. It will only ask one question. Did you live? Did you fight? Did you give everything you had? Did you push yourself to the limit? Did you leave it all on the battlefield of life? Or did you hide? Did you waste it? Did you let the weak version of yourself win? That's the real scoreboard. Not money, not likes, not followers. The scoreboard is your soul. And when the clock hits 0, only you will know if you played the game with everything you had or if you quit. You don't have time to be weak. You don't have time to be lazy. You don't have time to be afraid. Life is too short. So stop living like you have forever. Stop living like you can waste days, waste weeks, waste years. Start living like this is it, like you're on the edge, like there's no second chance, because there isn't. You want to be great? Then you have to sacrifice. You have to bleed. You have to be willing to pay the price. You want to be strong, then you have to break, you have to suffer, you have to rebuild yourself again and again. You want freedom, then you have to earn it through discipline, through work, through relentless effort. There is no shortcut, there is no hack, there is no easy way. Stop asking for motivation, stop asking for inspiration, stop waiting for someone to save you. Nobody's coming, nobody's going to do the work for you, nobody's going to carry you to the finish line, nobody's going to hand you greatness. This is on you, you versus you, every damn day. And here's the truth, it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to break you. It's supposed to push you to the edge, because only on the edge do you grow. Only in the fire do you find out who you really are. Only in the suffering do you become unbreakable. So stop crying about the pain. Stop running from the struggle. Stop hiding from the work. Embrace it. Love it. Seek it, because the pain is the path. The suffering is the path. The discipline is the path. And if you walk it long enough, hard enough, relentlessly enough, you will transform. One day people will look at you and they won't see the weak, broken, scared version of you. They'll see the savage, the warrior, the fighter. They'll see someone who refused to quit, someone who refused to die weak, someone who stared pain in the face and said, "Is that all you've got?" But that day only comes if you start now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when it's convenient. Now is the time to fight. Now is the time to work. Now is the time to suffer. Now is the time to kill the weak version of yourself and unleash the savage inside you. So get up, stop waiting, stop wishing, stop talking, pick up the weight, run the miles, do the work, face the pain. And when the voice in your head tells you to quit, when your body screams to stop, when the world tells you you're done, you look them in the eye and you say, "Not today, not ever. This is your life. This is your fight. This is your war." And the question is simple. Are you going to quit, or are you going to stay hard? Because at the end of the day, it's not about talent. It's not about luck. It's not about what you were born with. It's about one thing. Who can suffer the longest? Stay hard.